Lori. I am here with the What I Wore This Month video for the month of March 2016. I used 21 pads this month. My cycle was 7 days long, although the first 2 days were just spotting, which is kind of odd for me. I had a bit of a wonky period this month. My period actually has been wonky since January. I missed a period in January, and then in February it was a little bit off. And now this month, I normally have a little bit of spotting and then I go right into my period. Normally it's like a couple of hours and then my period starts. Whereas this time it was a full 2 days of spotting. And the whole time I was convinced that at any single minute my period was going to start in full force. And for 2 days it didn't. It was infuriating. So I also traveled this month while on my cycle. So a few of these days I wore a cup. It was the original ruby cup. It's not in the shot, but I'll let you know which days I wore them and with which pads. So we'll get started. The first day, as I had said, was spotting. So the first pad I put on was this 11-inch cotton top pad from Pad Thai Cloth. It's awesome. It's a Doctor Who print, matches my arm. It's just a standard polar fleece on the back, and it's a moderate. She denotes her absorbencies by a ribbon on the snap. I then put on this moderate cotton topped WinPro backed Mama Cloth pad. I just love this print. And then the last one was also a Mama Cloth on this day. I was still just spotting. This is 10-inch Hello Kitty cotton topper. She also reminds me of Alice in Wonderland, which is my favorite Disney movie and also one of my favorite books. And then it is WinPro on the back. The next day I still hadn't actually started my cycle, just spotting, so I put on this, even though this is actually a heavy pad, it's a Lazy Creek Boutique, WinPro backed, knit topped, heavy pad, but they're so thin they could be used as liners. You don't even feel them, so I put this one on. And then, oh, I just realized this is a bit of a 80s cartoon day. Rainbow Bright and Gummy Bears. This one is identical. It's also a knit topper, 12 inches, WinPro backed and a heavy. And then I wore this one to bed that night because I still hadn't actually started my cycle. In the morning, I had finally started on the third day, so I got to use, this is my first time using this pad. It is a 14-inch Mimi's Dream in her flared style. It is When Pigs Fly. I just love this print, and I was a little worried because it's blue and it washed up. No trouble at all. It's cotton topped and the grid block WinPro on the back. Next pad I wore the same day was my 14-inch curvy Hoo Hoo Rags in the Frida Kahlo print. I love this pad. Everybody knows that has watched my videos knows how much I love this pad. It's wind block backed. And then I put on a pad that I made myself. This is a 14-inch cotton topped exposed core style pad, and it is double-faced fleece on the back, which is very much like WinPro. And then to bed that night, I put on this 14.5-inch Yurt Craft pad. It's, I love this print, constellation / astrology, however you'd like to interpret it. But it's a cotton topper and it's WinPro backed. It's 3 stars, so it's a heavy. The next morning, I decided to put in my cup. So I always wear a pad for backup because I do tend to occasionally leak when using my cup. I put on this moderate pad from A Splendid Story. It's a nice soft minky topper, and it is WinPro on the back. And this and another pad that I'm going to show you later on were actually from my custom order from The Splendid Story. I've been on her wait list for a custom order for quite some time, and I finally came up on the list, which was so exciting. And so I got to actually pick the fabrics for this pad, and I really wanted to try one of her minky pads. And then I put on this 14-inch Lazy Creek Boutique. It's a knit topped Wind Probact, moderate. Then I put on this 14-inch Eco Owl by Netta. It's a cotton topper and a standard anti-pill fleece on the back. To bed that night, I put on this 14.5-inch pancake pad from Yurtcraft. Oh my god, I love this pad. I think it's probably my favorite Yurtcraft pad. It's cotton topped and wind pro backed, and it is a 3-star, so it's a heavy. I don't even need to look at those though. I can always tell just by touching with your craft pads what they are. This is a 14-inch Lazy Creek Boutique. I put this on the next morning. It's a knit topped in the awesome Mugwai Gremlins print and Wind Pro on the back, and it's a heavy. This next pad is one that I made myself. It is a 14-inch Tim Burton custom knit pad. It's an exposed core style. I just love this fabric. It's gorgeous. I don't know what I'm going to use the rest of it for, but I did need to add it to my pad stash. So knit topper, and this is a double-faced fleece on the back. Next pad, I wore this to bed that night. This is a knit topped Maui Girl Creations pad. I talked about this a little bit in my last What I Wore This Month video. Maui Girl is a shop that I've purchased other items from, and she's recently started deciding to try her hand at mama cloth, what she terms mama cloth. She mostly makes cloth diapers, which is why she terms it that. I realize that many women who are not mothers also use cloth pads. So if I say that in conjunction with her pad, that's why. That's the way that she terms it. But it's 14 inches, it's a knit topper, and it's fleece on the back. This is an overnight pad. It's quite plush, especially compared to a lot of the other pads that I use, but it's fantastic for at night. I really like the shape, and I hope to buy some moderate absorbency pads from her to be able to wear them during the day. I love knit pads, and she has some really fantastic knits. Then I put on this 14-inch Lazy Creek Boutique in the awesome Little Shop of Horrors prints. There's a lot of 80s prints, Gremlins and Rainbow Bright and Gummy Bears. I didn't even realize. It's knit topped, wind pro backed, and it's a heavy. This next pad, oh, I should mention that starting with this pad, I was wearing my cup as well. These were the days that we were in Toronto, so these were used as backups. So I wore this one for most of the morning, and then when we got back to the hotel to have lunch and then go back out, I put this guy on. This is also a 14-inch OBV top pad from Lazy Creek Boutique. It's wind pro backed. It's a moderate, but it is special because it's embroidered, and I'm not sure if you can really see it on camera. It's really vibrant in real life, but it says paddocked. And I just love that. And I was kind of worried. This is the first time I've gotten an embroidered pad from Gail at Lazy Creek Boutique. I have seen her doing them for quite some time, but I wasn't sure how I was going to like them because I was worried you were going to be able to feel the embroidery. And I made an exception because I just wanted a paddocked pad. I was like, you know what, even if I can feel it, at least I just want to have it. I need to have a paddocked pad. And I wore it, and I was so pleasantly surprised that you cannot feel the embroidery at all, which is awesome. So this is a super comfy pad, and I'm sure it's going to be one of my favorites now. And then to bed that night, I wore this 14-inch Pickles pad. I made this one myself. It's a custom Spoonflower Minky topper, and it is double-faced fleece on the back. All right, and then the last day, sorry, I'm shaking the camera a bit. The last day, I wore my second custom order, a Splendid Story pad. It's 11.5 inches. It's cotton topped with an awesome coffee print. I have a thing for coffee pads. I absolutely love them. And then it's WinPro on the back, and it's she marks her absorbencies with a little tag on the wing, and it's an M for moderate. And the last pad that I wore this cycle was this 14-inch Eco Owl by Netta. It's a moderate. I wore this to bed on the last day. I was pretty much already done, and I woke up in the morning and I was done. So this was the last one I wore. It is cotton top and WinPro on the back. So that is what I wore this month. If you have any questions or inquiries about any of the shop's features, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. I generally try to get back to those unless somebody else gets back to them sooner. I'm sorry that I've been, again, a bit AWOL off of YouTube. It's been absolutely crazy the last few months, but I do really love making these videos, especially the What I Wore This Month videos. It really gives me the opportunity to be excited about my cycle and to be able to have a forum to discuss romps. So I will do my best to continue to try to make these videos. Thank you all for your support and your questions thus far, and I hope that you all have a fantastic day. Bye, ladies.